Okay, this is my horse Olive. She is a typical achiever, which means that she's very ambitious. She's bold. She's generally pretty confident. Sometimes she spooks at really silly things. And she is quite sensitive. And so um, that means that she can be opinionated. It means that she can get kind of carried away. It means that she can get distracted easily. It means that she has her own ideas about what we should and should not be doing. And I thought I would just do something slightly different today and do a bit of a case study on this young horse here. And maybe give you some tools if your horse is also an achiever. So the big thing with an achiever is you have to get their mind first. If you don't get their mind, you don't have your horse. So with her, I'm not adding much of pressure. As you can see, like I'm not over here trying to get her in trouble. She is sure there's something in those bushes over there that's going to try to kill us right now. She just had a pretty good spook a minute ago, snorting, tail in the air about something back behind us. And so what I'm going to do is just make what I'm doing so interesting that she's less concerned about what's going on over there. And when she's distracted, I'm going to add a little bit of pressure. And when she's paying attention to me, that pressure is going to go away. So right now she's thinking about the bushes. So I'm keeping the pressure on. Still thinking about the bushes. I'm going to make this a little harder. I'm going to do some more changes of direction. More changes of direction. I had 1 second there where her ear was on me. Otherwise, she's still sure that there's a monster in the bushes. And for all I know, there might be. She can smell things I can't. So maybe there is a mountain lion out there. Who knows? There she relaxed for a moment, so I took the pressure off, and now she's distracted again, so pressure's going back on. And there she relaxed. And there she's tense again. There, that was better. So now she's relaxing, so I'm just gonna slow this down a little bit, ask a little bit less of her. Her head's coming down, her ears are moving a little bit more. When she's over on this side of the circle, she's still pretty sure there's something scary over there, so I'm just gonna keep adding pressure over there and taking pressure away. Now, if she were a different personality type, adding pressure over here while she's actively nervous would actually add to the fear. So some personality types need you to release pressure in those moments just to give them some space to think. And some, like her, need you to say, I've still got more important things to say over here, and I'm your safe space, and I'm not going to let you get hurt. I'm just going to keep going. So there she relaxed a bit. So I'm just going to take some of the pressure off. She still has to keep walking, but I'm not being as big with my body. There we got a little relaxation. So there with that little snort and lick and chew, I'm going to really release. Good girl. And I might also take a deep breath. And you'll see as soon as she took a deep breath, my body relaxed, my body language changed. So I went from being kind of upright and like more life in my body to now being a little bit more relaxed and bringing the life down in my body. And that's going to indicate to her that I'm not asking anything of her. Now I'm going to bring the life back up and I'm going to send her around again. And as long as she stays relaxed, I'm going to stay pretty relaxed with low pressure. She's still licking and chewing, but now she's looking around. So I'm going to put a little pressure on that shoulder to say, actually, put that shoulder away from me and bend into me on the circle. And then when she's relaxed, that pressure is going to come down a bit. So she finds her relief when she's relaxed. And as you'll notice, none of this is fast paced. She's not getting in trouble. There's nothing here that's like intense. If she was like coming unglued, I might have to be a little more intense, but for the amount of, again, bending at the rib cage there. And when she relaxes, I also relax. And now we're just going to switch it up. So we've done a lot of circles here. We're going to switch it up now. I'm going to ask for her to pivot on her haunches, which she's very good at. So I'm going to ask for a little bit more effort from her here. She does know how to do this pretty well. If she didn't know, I wouldn't be asking with so much intensity. Here's some dogs out there, so maybe a coyote. Now, pivot on the forehand. Again, I'm asking with a little bit more intensity than what I might if she was a different personality type, but still not enough that she has any inkling she's in trouble. Just getting her brain online. And when she relaxes, the intensity comes down. So we're just giving her, she's worried again. I'm just going to give her a little more, hello. Yeah, there. She's being resistant to their stepping under, because for a horse, that's a really vulnerable position. When they're stepping under like that, maybe a little bit of a break here while she relaxes. When they step under their body like that, they're in a weakened position. So if you watch, when she's tense and nervous, it's a lot harder there, that was good, to get her to step under her body because she's trying to protect herself. And so for her to step under her body, she has to let her guard down a little bit. Good. Nope, so there she didn't. There she did, and she licked and chewed. So that tells me she's starting to relax, starting to believe me. And then I'll take a deep breath and let her relax. And generally, if I do this for a couple of minutes, I can work her through just about any moment of nervousness or tension without having to get too escalated. And again, like if to the untrained eye, this might really look like there's not a whole lot going on, but I'd encourage you to go watch this again and watch my body language, watch when she releases and relaxes what I do, watch when she tenses what I do, and watch how there's a constant conversation happening between us. So one really important thing that I probably should have said at the beginning is horses communicate predominantly through body language. And so there's a lot that we can do with our body, just with the angle of our body or with the position of our body, that can tell our horse a lot of information that we don't even realize we're giving them. And so as an example right now, I'm standing pretty relaxed, but if I stand up a little bit and kind of bring some life up in my body and look at Olive, see how she immediately tuned in? She was like, what are we doing? You're going to give me some information. And then if I relax my body and look away, she's going to kind of get sleepy and start to get ready to go to sleep again. So if I keep this body language and I ask her to back up, I had to like actually bump into her to get her to go backwards. But if I get big in my body, I can back her up without even touching. So just that change in my body language is enough to get her super aware of what we're doing. And again, this works because she's a really sensitive horse. If I had a cruiser type out here, for example, I probably wouldn't be able to do all of that with just my body language. I probably would need a little bit more physical reminder of what to do because those horses are just by nature a little less sensitive. She's very tuned in. And we've also known each other a long time. I adopted her when she was 1. And so actually 10 months old, not even 1. So we've known each other a really long time. And so we've been able to build this kind of relationship where, other situations, I can do quite a lot here with just my body language that with like a less sensitive, more dull personality type, I might really have to work a little bit harder. So anyway, that's my horse Olive. I was thinking about riding her for you in this, but honestly, I don't like to ride without a helmet, and in general, and especially right now because she's being a little bit spooky. And to be completely honest, I don't feel like going to get my helmet, so I'm not going to ride her in this video. But if you'd like a video to see how I would ride an achiever, especially an achiever that's a little bit distracted or a little bit nervous, feeling extra sensitive, leave me a comment because that will inspire me to go make that video. All right, until next time, make sure to hug your horse for me.